There's a high chance this is gonna end badly. But we're gonna do it anyway. Cause I woke up on a motherfucking Tuesday. Girl got me drinking, feeling loose, saying, I don't know what to do now. Say, say, I don't know what to do now. I'm singing to myself, talking like I got strong mental health, and I don't know what to do now. Say I don't know what to do now, 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 now. I don't know what to do now. What's up, Jazz? I'm waiting for a few more people to show up before I start doing. Well, it's more of kind of like it's like a weird update stream mixed with like some actual Q&A stuff. The reason why I titled it another Manic episode is because that's the idea for the stream I want to do. Like do like a weekly Sunday stream. Uh, I am gonna finish Spider-Man. I took a break. I'm gonna start that back up next weekend. Next weekend? Yeah, next weekend. I might try to do like a couple like a double up stream to catch up. I'm towards the latter half of the game anyway, but still. But yeah, the premise of this video, this stream is literally, uh, I don't know how crazy of a week I want to say. It's been an interesting week. If nothing else, it's been an interesting week. Uh, Things have been going on. Evo's currently going on. I think Smash's final 8 is happening today. Like Smash's Evo experience is ending. And today we're just gonna kind of talk about some things. I want to give myself like maybe like another 5 minutes before I get into everything, because I want to have like a decent number of people here. Talk about some updates for the channel. Do some Q&A for topics you guys might be interested in hearing my thoughts and opinions on, and we'll move from there. So we're gonna hang out for a little bit. I'm still wearing the same shirt. No, I'm not. The shirt I was wearing before was the cream color one. Actually, it's right here. This is the shirt I was wearing before. Oh, is that okay? So I didn't see the. I saw the Blaze Blue like trailer, but I didn't see. I don't think I saw footage, so I didn't know about that. Oh, because it was leaked. That's what it was. It's leaked. It isn't. Technically, we aren't supposed to know. So it's Yumi, which is, to be fair, Yumi's one of the best girls in Simran Kagura. I don't recognize any of these other ones. Akatsuki Blitz Camp. I don't even know what that is. And then Ruby, which that's not too surprising. And those are the only 4 that were announced. It was Yumi, Blitz Tank, Akatsuki, or Katsuki, and Neo. Yeah, those were the 4 that were announced, but there's supposed to be like 9. The wolf shirt, I mean, I'll clean the wolf shirt. It's not like I'm not watching it. Well, right now it says it was leaked. Yeah, the video was leaked. At least from what I'm reading in the article. I mean, it was supposed to be announced at Evo, but I think the video got leaked early, is what I'm saying. Oh, the wolf shirt, yeah, to me, it's one of my most comfortable ones. I honestly need to switch out some shirts anyway, which I'll probably do that in the weekend coming up. The trailer's probably officially up now, yeah. But it was up earlier than what I think. Is that Arc System Works who does Blaze Blue, I think? Blast Blue? But like I said, in another minute or two, I'll start getting into everything. I just kind of want to wait for a decent number of people to show up, so I don't have to like repeat everything. Although that's probably still going to happen. So right now we're just hanging out. Nier is another game on my list. PS4, for some reason, my backlog is terrible. And this year, at least where we're at in this year, it's rough. Because I already beat Marvel's Alliance 3. I'm still probably in the early parts of Fire Emblem 3 Houses. And I do want to do all 3 houses before I do like a review. Depends how I feel about it when I get to the end of it. Play a little bit of Simran Kagura Peach Ball. Then you got Astral Chain coming out. Then you got Dragon Quest 11S. Then you got what? Oh, Daemon X Machina, Luigi's Mansion 3, Pokemon, which has been a whole saga in itself. My God. Yeah, I knew they did Under Night In Birth and Persona 4 Arena. And then there was like rumors. I think they announced like another version of Under Night In Birth recently, and there's been rumors that that's gonna end up on Switch because they didn't announce any platforms. They just said a new game is coming, or maybe a continuation. But fighting games is always a continuation. So yeah, we'll probably jump into it in about a second. I just want to see. I'll have Twitter and stuff up, and then I'll kind of get into the nitty gritty of what we're doing. Oh yeah, Fire Emblem has definitely been an experience, just in general. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't been overly interested in getting. Oh yeah, Catherine. Yeah, I'm not even that far yet. I'm not even on chapter 16. I'm still pretty in the early chapters. Well, I'd be trying Cyber Sleuth. Eh, I'm not overly interested in trying that, if I had to be perfectly honest. But that is a personal opinion, so we'll see. Also, apparently there's supposed to be like another announcement from Arc System Works today. So, but the only games that are left is like Street Fighter, Tekken, and Smash. So, but PlayStation is also a sponsored Evo, so that would be something interesting. All right, anyways, let's get into it. So, the premise of this title and this stream kind of gets into some things that have been going on. So, the first thing on the list is that I'm more than likely going to start doing a weekly Sunday stream. A lot of people like, so here's the thing, I've been streaming on YouTube and Twitch intermediately. Like I did YouTube for a while and then I did Twitch for a while. And I was trying to figure out which one I wanted to stream on because I didn't really, to me using Restream is not the best option. Not saying it's terrible, but I feel like it's like, oh, here's an easy way to conglomerate your audiences. But like my YouTube audience come for videos and then the Twitch audience comes for streams. Like those aren't the same kind of people. There obviously is bleed over, but eventually those audiences will be separated. Also, you just need to be doing cross promotion anyway. But the conclusion I came up to is that also I noticed that gaming streams view wise don't do well on YouTube. Like the reality is that you guys come for like the 10, or in my case like the 20 or possibly 30-minute long videos. So like you might pop in for a stream and then like that's it. And then I just got a fucking 50 to 100, maybe 50 to maybe 200 view stream that's like 3 hours that's on YouTube. Also, YouTube has a worse streaming platform in general. YouTube's streaming platform is not great. You can't really stream in the highest fidelity because YouTube just has a shit. They just don't have they're not a site built for streaming. They're just doing that on the side, and you can tell when your fucking stream will drop out. Wouldn't surprise me if this drops out. And I think maybe it's just a combination of streaming a game, and if the game is online, you're streaming that, and then all the toll it takes. I don't know. But their service do not handle streaming well. They handle them okay, but not great. So I wanted to figure out something I can do for the YouTube audience and also do something for Twitch. Twitch seems to be gaming focused that works. So my thought process is do gaming streams on Twitch and do like these kind of videos on YouTube. For one, you guys, this is more of interactive anyway for you guys anyway, because the whole point of this stream is just to talk and chat, and your stuff is right there on the corner. I'm pointing in the wrong direction because I'm dumb, but your stuff's right here. I'm not focused or distracted by anything else because the whole focus is you guys. And also, these videos seem to do better because you guys are constantly interacting with the chat, like versus Twitches where I can do that, but I'm obviously more distracted. How about a stream discussion on YouTube? I mean, that's pretty much what the Game Freak video I did and the video about Sony I did. Those were both stream type videos, and those both did perfectly fine. So I think moving forward, the name of this title, by the way, another Manic episode, that is actually the title of these streams. That is going to be the running title. The running gimmick with my streams is that you will not know what I'm going to talk about until the stream starts. Because in a lot of cases, I won't know what I'm fucking talking about. Because half of it will be you guys contributing, and the other half will be maybe me having a couple topics that are just on my mind. Like today, I don't have anything on my mind. Today is literally just rambling. That's kind of the idea I'm at right now. At least with this one. But besides all that, so that's what I'm going to do moving forward. Make the stream weekly, primarily going to be on Sundays. Don't ask me about a time on Sundays because that is going to be random. Because Sunday is also a day where I'm preparing for the beginning of the week. So when I stream this, I don't know. I have no idea when I'm going to do it on Sunday. It'll just happen. I would like to say, and then some Sundays I may not do it. But once again, you should be following me on Twitter because I will post updates if I cannot do a stream or if the stream is about to happen. This one I didn't because it's supposed to be random. I want this one to be random. It's fine. People will catch it on the back end. Yeah, the talking streams I think work better on YouTube than they do Twitch. So that moving forward, that's the other thing. So the other thing involving the other channels is a few other things I need to talk about. First thing, I got rid of the website, the insanegamefreak.com. I think I technically still own that domain name, but I don't. I've pretty much killed that site in the sense that I don't have anything on it anymore. I got to take it out of at least my newer videos now. I got to take that description out of there. Honestly, that site was kind of like a stopgap, and it didn't really work because I didn't really know what I wanted it to be, and I couldn't think of a good reason for why, like, a person who's like interested in a video or two are like, I like this dude's videos, but the subscription system sucks. So what am I gonna do? Constantly go to another website that's just hosting videos on YouTube? Like, people don't want to go through all that extra shit. I could always bring it back once I have a clear idea what I want to do, but for right now, it's just kind of a waste of money. So the website's dead. The other thing is that I remember I told you guys, for those who are subscribed to my anime channel, that my anime channel originally was not going to have any ads on it whatsoever. I think for me, it was more of a personal thing to see if I could, like, make that channel popular without really relying on monetization or whatever. And recently, it has really taken off. I'm already over 1,000 subscribers on that channel. And it may get busy on that channel in the future because the new Pokemon season's starting, and I've been debating whether or not I wanted to do episode reviews of that. So the Schizomanic channel, anime-wise, is about to get more popular, and I put a poll on Twitter, and most of you were like, it's okay if you put ads on it. So as soon as I think I gotta hit like the 4,000 average views or monthly views is when I think it's like 6 months. Once I hit that, I can go ahead and start monetizing those videos, and that's what I'll do. So for right now, there's no ads on it, but you guys were cool enough to be like, sure, put ads on it. So the Schizomanic channel will have monetization on it in the future because it doesn't right now. A lot of you guys enjoyed that fucking response video, that Nintendo Switch Lite response video. And part of me didn't want to do it, but part of me also was kind of like, fuck it. I've learned, at least from all the times I've been on YouTube, that sometimes you just gotta be like, fuck it. sometimes I don't want to give a fuck enough to not let some shit go. Some people called it mean, which I can understand that, but at the same time, I'd rather you be mad at me and then be a more informed individual than to fucking be walking around saying a bunch of stupid shit for years. And also, and like I said in I think in the comments, like the fact that so many of you guys were like overwhelmingly supportive on a video that essentially spent like 30 minutes calling her out on everything she was wrong on. That's insane to me. That tells me that this has been an ongoing problem, which I'm not surprised. I actually know, I'm pretty aware that it's been an ongoing issue. That like she's one of them types that like says a bunch of shit but doesn't think about what she says, and it gets on people's nerves because it makes her sound ignorant. So if she gained anything from it, we'll see. I don't know. It's not like she's talked to me or tweeted me or anything. Hey everyone, hey Terrell. I'm avoiding the news like a motherfucking plague. Why? Why are you avoiding everything? Anywho, I'm trying to think, is there any other news? There wasn't a lot of things. The fact that I'm just going to be doing this as a weekly experience and see how you guys respond. The anime channel will be getting more content, especially because I'm done with the Pokemon movie reviews for now, because we've literally done them all. There will still be Pokemon related discussions, mind you, but they won't be like the bulk of the channel. And a lot of you probably have noticed I've been on my Black Clover high. I'm just really enjoying that series. And with some of the recent events in the manga, there is a decent number of stuff to talk about. So that will continue. Oh yeah, her video was like super low. Oh, the shooting that happened in Texas in the Walmart that was in the mall and 18 people died from it. And that's the thing, that's the other thing. These streams won't necessarily be 100% gaming focused. I do want that to be the forefront though, because this is the gaming channel. If it wasn't, I should have just put it on the anime channel. But I don't mind getting into other topics because I have a tendency to ramble, which is why my videos will last somewhere between like 30 minutes and a fucking hour. And then also, this is also a way for you guys to give me critiques on video topics you want me to cover, or videos that, or a video style that you don't care for. The skits will return. I've been kind of busy as of lately. Like, I just turned 28 in June, and I gotta kind of get my shit together because, you know, you're living in your parents' house. But I also wanted to splurge a little bit. That's why I built this PC that's over here, actually, that's running all this shit right now. I built this PC with some help, and you guys saw that stream. And then, like, money and cars and all this other shit. Life, motherfucker. Life is hard. All right, so that's. I'll start answering some of these questions. Yeah, her voice. The video when she recorded that video, you could tell it was very rushed. So her voice is super low. So I tried to boost it in Adobe Premiere, but that's literally all I could get. The shootings, which I might get back to in a second. Should you get into Black Clover? It depends on what kind of show you like. Black Clover is very traditional in its style, although I think part of the reason why I enjoyed it isn't because it's trying to be like some god tier subversive ass show. It has its moments. It really does. I think it has more moments than some people give it credit for. But like at the end of the day, Black Clover is still like a pretty straightforward shonen. Like, it's pretty honest about what it is from jump. No pun, but shonen jump. I enjoy it, but also I've been kind of missing my classic shonen. Like, if anyone watched Zatch Bell when they were younger, it reminds me of that. Zatch Bell was pretty straightforward in how it wanted to portray itself. And I appreciate that honesty, I guess. It's not like the shit with My Hero when people now like, look at how subversive this is. And I'm like, it's not that fucking, like, it's interesting, yes, but it's not anything, like, crazy. But, see, My Hero and Attack on Titan are shows that are, like, have gotten their praise because they were, for the new generation, they were gateway anime. But that's a whole nother thing. the summer lineup wasn't been super interesting. The only other series I've been really following was a Kimetsu no Yaiba, which has been airing since last season. That's been pretty entertaining. I've enjoyed the recent episodes of that. I haven't really, honestly, I haven't followed a lot of the seasonal stuff as I used to, because I think Giga said it in one of his videos. Like, the further you go into your anime fandom, the less you end up watching for a time. Like, you're in a lull for a little bit, because the beginning you're consuming everything because you don't know what you like and what you dislike. But the more you develop like a taste and an opinion, uh, as time goes forward, you become less interested in those same shows you watched as when you were younger. So it takes way more to get you intrigued or interested or even want you to finish a show. And I think that's where I'm at right now. Oh yeah, and the Daytona. I don't think I knew about the Ohio one. Thank you for the late happy birthday type sad. I picked Black Eagles because I'm weak. Also, Dorothea is bae. That's all I'm gonna say. She isn't bae, but she is bae to a degree. Kind of like how Kawakami in Persona 5 is bae. I shared. They've been doing like these Persona 5 Royal like previews, and man, they showed her in a swimming suit, and I was like, man, I still stick by that. I still stick by that thought process that I have, that I think the side characters in Persona 5 are better characters than the main ones. Like, dead ass, I honestly think Persona 5, I will still give Persona 5 shit, in the sense that Persona 5 I think is overhyped, because I don't think like it's as interesting as it thinks it is, but people don't care because they praise the hell out of the game. But man, I really believe Kawakami is bae. She's one of the better characters I think her, Takemi, I forget the guy who sells you the weapons. They're like fake guns in the real world, but real guns in the Phantom world. I forget the word. Mementos and shit. I still stick by the statement that I think those characters are more interesting than like Anne, Ryuji, Yusuke. Because I also think that some of those characters could have been done better. But Persona 5 The Royal looks to be a game that's fixing those issues. Part 5, I haven't actually talked about Part 5. Part 5 for JoJo, because I finished it, I think has a weird fucking ending. There was a better way they could have done that ending. Part 4 is still my favorite part for JoJo. Part 5, I think, is a mix between Part 4 and 5 to me, where I think it has better characters than Part 3 does. No, I should have said Part 3 and 4, I'm sorry. I think it has better characters than Part 3, but I don't think it hits as hard as I think they wanted to. I also think it has some good villains. Like, the prosciutto fight was so good. Some of it is not that intriguing, though. Like, it's a middle ground series. I think it's better than Part 3, but I don't think it's as good as Part 4. Part 4 is still my favorite. Let's see. I need to go back and reread Zatch Bell. I feel like I don't remember as much of I remember the anime way more than the manga. And that's a problem. Yeah, the snafu stuff is going to become a thing anyway, because season 3 is going to be a bitch. Season 3 is going to be a full-on bitch for snafu, and I'm not ready. Because I know no matter what happens in that damn season, I'm going to hate it. I'm going to love it, but I'm going to hate it. There's no way you're going to get me happy about that season, in the sense of me being like, I'm going to enjoy everything. I probably think it'll be well written. That's it. That is it. I can't, emotionally, I like the characters too damn much now. Fuck me. Shamir, I just recruited Shamir recently. I've enjoyed her so far. Some people feel that fatigue depending on how much shit they consume, and some people handle it better than others. It also depends if like anime is like your only like side hobby. Like for some people it is, so you don't get sick of it as easily. But for other people where it's not, you sometimes want to switch it up, which is part of the reason why I think my gaming got heavy for a while. I think around the time I got burnt out with all the anime is when I started gaming way more consistently. It's all about perspective, folks. Where the hell is my dashboard? There it is. Also, I should have fixed the censorship issue that YouTube was doing with these videos. So, if you guys can like test out some curse words in the chat, everything should be fine. And I guess the other thing I forgot to mention is that I made 2 new emojis, emotes on Twitch, which are the one I'm using for a thumbnail for this video, and the other one, which is like the lewd and the Nani thumbnail pictures. They're pretty good. Actually, that was part of the reason why I stopped making videos on One Piece for a while. Because everybody was making videos on One Piece. Like, when I started making YouTube videos, One Piece was definitely the underdog of the big three. And now it's become so socially acceptable that, like, I didn't feel the need to, like, champion it as much. Because I already know it, I already know everyone's, like, pushing it. Like, it's so popular now, I don't have to do that. Wano's been pretty cool. It's been interesting. I like how it has, like, different elements of other arcs that I like. Side note, by the way, expect on the anime channel for me to make a video on why I think Rob Lucci is one of the most overrated fucking characters in that series. Fucking Rob Lucci is so overrated, it's insane. People are looking at the Stampede trailers like, oh god, Rob Lucci, and I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. It's all about Hancock. It's all about the fucking worst generation. Pirates like Law and Drake and Capone and Bonnie. Hell, I'm more excited for Buggy being in that bitch. But fuck, I'm curious if they're gonna. I wish they would do some of the Grand Fleet members in the movie. They might though. It's still a bit censored. Hold on, let me see. I didn't see anything get censored on my side, which I thought I would. Yeah, I don't see any text that got censored. I don't know. I'll pay attention to it as time moves forward. Worst anime I've ever watched. I think Kenokan is the one that's pissed me off the most. Also, I have like controversial opinions on certain shows. Yeah, I think Kenokan was probably the most annoying one to watch. I think that was the only one I finished, and I was genuinely angry. The majority of that and probably the first season of Clannad. I still say the first season of Clannad is some of the most overhyped shit in the world. And honestly, the beginning of After Story was pretty weak too, with the stupid thing about Sonohara and his sister and that shit. That shit was so poorly executed. What saves Clannad for me is the latter end of After Story. It's the latter end of After Story that saves it in some elements of season 1. I mean, Wano's been pretty interesting so far. I haven't had really any negative thing to say about it, except for the obvious that fucking Oda's gonna do that shit again, where most of the Straw Hats won't get shit done like they need to, and that's what bums me the fuck out. Well, Sword Art Online is being garbage. Yeah, Isekai anime is also the other thing. I am so not interested in that genre. The most recent show I've watched was the Rising of the Shield Hero anime, which was pretty entertaining, but it kind of starts meandering towards the latter end of it, unfortunately. I'm surprised some people even remember the Kanokan review. But I guess we should probably talk about some gaming for the sake of conversation. So, I saw a few things that kind of got into my that I thought was interesting. I guess the first question is that there have been, for some reason, this got brought up on Twitter, and I thought it was an interesting topic, which is people were comparing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Octopath Traveler as RPGs, or JRPGs specifically, saying which one was better. It seems to be the guy who made the tweet said he thinks that Octopath is better. But I'm curious, anyone in the chat For those who have played both of those games, where do you guys lean on that spectrum? Because me personally, it's Xenoblade 2 all day, but I'm curious. Let me see if I can pull up the tweet again just so I have it on hand. Let's see. Oh no, Ryuko is still a garbage ass character. That's not even an argument with me. And then we'll also probably talk about some Fire Emblem impressions. Yeah, Xenoblade 2 to me is just the better game. Like, Octopath isn't bad by any means. Octopath is a great fucking game. But Octopath is also a game that is very not traditional. What's the word I'm looking for? Octopath is very okay, so here okay, I guess this is the way I'll explain. Octopath is a game in which you were presented with the basic concepts really early in the game. And the game does not get that much deeper than that. It's literally, here are all your tools from jump. This is what you have to do. And realistically, the whole Octopath experience is you getting better and better and better and better at those same mechanics. So it makes the experience funner and funner and funner because you get better and better and better at those mechanics. Whereas Xenoblade's experience is more so like, here's the starting point and the ending point. You at the beginning is not you at the end. You will be doing shit at the end that only the beginning version of you would only dream of doing. That's kind of the main difference. That like Xenoblade 2 spoons feeds you a bunch of shit. And I think that's probably the reason why people have issues with Xenoblade 2. Xenoblade 2 has a slow start in terms of mechanics because it's really spoon feeding you every little thing. Well, obviously, Octopath I think has good stories. I think the main complaint about Octopath is essentially like an old school Final Fantasy game without the overarching story. And some people find that great, and some people don't like that at all. It kind of just depends on who you are. But Xenoblade 2 to me is just more addictive in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, Xenoblade is tropey. I will agree. Xenoblade is very anime tropey heavy. But see, I'm like a weeb, and I don't give a fuck about that. I genuinely do not give a damn. Not even like a fifth of a fuck about that. Especially because the characters still ended up being really good. What's up, Ninja? This video is more like, this is just kind of like this is just the ongoing stream series I'm going to do. Starting with this one, I'm going to try to make a Sunday stream that's dedicated to a bunch of random fucking topics. They're not going to all be gaming related, but the focus will be gaming because this is the gaming channel. And then some updates for Twitch. But the short version is, follow me on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, click the bell for notifications, and follow me on Twitter. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Those are like my three main socials right now. And that's factually wrong, Ash. Mithra, did you play Torna? Because Mithra is way better. That's not even a contest. I used to like Pyra, and I still like Pyra, but Mithra is fucking bae on every tier. That's how it is. I don't give a fuck. It's still crazy to me that weeb life is still more socially acceptable now. That trips me out how acceptable weeb life is, but it's cool. It's cool. We're just talking a bunch of shit anyway. But Fire Emblem, let's talk Fire Emblem Three Houses. Because I'm also gonna reference a little bit of the 3DS games. What's up, Twin Daggers? I will always love saying his name. Twin Daggers is the best thing. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, Ninja. We mentioned it earlier. Apparently, there's gonna be a few more Evo announcements. But yeah. So yeah, let's talk about the Fire Emblem experience. So, for those who want some background, the only Fire Emblem games I've beaten are the 3DS games. If you want to count Tokyo Mirage Sessions, you can. And then obviously I'm playing Three Houses. Now I've played a little bit of the. I played like at least a few. I want to say like 5 or 6 hours of the GBA titles, so I have experience with those. But I'm primarily like a new generation Fire Emblem fan. And just to get my perspective, the way I rank the 3DS trilogy is that I probably would say Fates is the best, Awakening is second best, and Echoes is third. I am a firm believer that Echoes is over fucking rated. Echoes is overrated because the old school Fire Emblem fans don't want to recognize Echoes is not that much better. I think people want to give Echoes more props because it's a remake of Gaiden, but in terms of like a quality game experience, it's not there, Chief. And some people would go, well, why would you say that? And I've talked about it in the review, but like it really boils down to is that one, the story is not that much better. You still have the same stupid shit. It's just better produced, but it's still the same stupid shit that was in what they call in Fates. People like that like Fates was a garbage ass game. Fates is fucking great. Fates has its problems 100%, but Fates is a good ass title. Echoes, in my opinion, was a fucking title that it's cool, but you know what hurts that game the most, and then I'll move on. Echoes has terrible fucking map design, and people will need to understand that is a big fucking deal when your gameplay consists of fucking traveling these maps and fighting enemies in a strategic manner. These are some boring. It's just bad maps. That is a big deal, and people need to stop acting like it's not. It's a bad fucking aspect of those games. What's up, Mister? Hey, soul sister on the radio. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, the waifu shit. Like people act like the waifu thing ruined Fire Emblem. I'm like, yeah, but like Echoes is still not. It's still to me like the worst of the three Fire Emblem games on the fucking 3DS. So it definitely wasn't the waifu shit. That had the limited supports and a bunch of other shit. But I'm not gonna get into that. So going in the Three Houses, I'm gonna tell you this from jump. I'm not a fan of Three Houses art style. It has grown on me for sure, but like if you told me which art style they should have went with moving forward, it should have been something closer to Echoes. I might have my issues with Echoes, but I recognize Echoes is still a good game. Echoes to me had the objectively best art style in the sense that it wasn't too anime, but it also wasn't like that old school Fire Emblem where some of the characters look janky as fuck. Because like one of my biggest issues with some of the older Fire Emblem games is that you can tell that was a series that actively chose not to like update its art design. It's like we're gonna keep into this old 1980s, 1990s anime aesthetic, and that's it. I'm like, you're from Japan. You rock with an anime art style. Modernize, damn it. And it took them until 2013 to modernize the designs of their characters. And then they went too far in Fates. Although I'd be lying to say that I'm not fucking with some of the I still fuck with a lot of the Fates girls. I think my favorite is still Charlotte. Charlotte is bae. Charlotte is my fave. But moving into Three Houses, my least favorite thing about Three Houses is the art style. The lack of the weapon triangle doesn't make it like isn't something I hate. But it's also not the most interesting thing in the world. The weapon triangle, it's been fine. I was never like a huge push of the lack of what am I thinking of? Oh, the lack of weapon deterioration. I know some people were playing Fates and said they couldn't stand it. Like, why don't your weapons deteriorate? But I'm like, but I preferred that actually. Like I prefer, but that's also because I think Fates was more RPG focused. That's like the difference I say between the Fates and Awakening with compared to like Echoes. That like Echoes was more strategy focused, whereas like Fates was more RPG focused. I think so far Three Houses seems to be trying to hit a balance. Because it even has like the combat abilities from Echoes, and they have that detriment that if you use them, They're good, but if you use them, it deteriorates your weapon even more, making them a risk versus reward situation. Which I'm cool with that. Like I don't like, although it wasn't like my cup of tea, I'm still cool with the fact that okay, fine, your weapons deteriorate again. That's not a big deal for me. Um, the characters have been pretty interesting so far. Hubert, uh, Edelgard, Frederick, Bernadette, uh, or Bernie is Dorothy. I love how Dorothea has nicknames for all the for every character. Frederick, Petra, uh, Lenhard. I didn't bother recruiting characters from other houses because if I plan to play their routes anyway, I'd rather get to know their characters then. I like Manuela, Charlotte, uh, Hanson, I think is his name. I also love like this political intrigue and the slow growing suspicion of the church and their methods and what's really going on behind the scenes. It's a lot. This one's also a lot lore heavy than I expected it to be. It's one of those games that I think like when you first start it, it will kind of throw you off because it is super lore dense. That's like the only thing I wasn't a huge fan of because it's like it doesn't ease you into it. Mechanically, I think it's a better Persona in the sense that like Persona struggles, in my opinion, with time management and that you're just screwed because it's way more specific. Like fucking Persona 5's time management was like you can only do things in the early part of the day, you can only do things in the middle part of the day, and you can only do things at night. And to me, it was like wait, and on top of being more restrictive in the sense that you gotta go to bed at time, and you're like fuck. Whereas what I enjoyed about Fire Emblem is that like Fire Emblem, you have an exploration day, you can have a day for seminars, you can have a day for like mock battles or practice battles or quests and shit. But like when you get into the monastery to explore, you have a dash button. Fucking love that. Love you can run everywhere. But the other thing is that I can literally go anywhere and I'm not gated by, well, it's not 12 o'clock, so you can't do it yet. Like, it's less restrictive, but still has that whole different things you can mess around and do. And I appreciate that. The only thing that limits you is your amount of, like, activity points. And even then, you can deem what you, even after you use all your activity points, you can still walk around the monastery and talk to characters and shit. That makes Three Houses way more like interactive and enjoyable to play. Battle system, I already talked. Like they took out the weapon triangle, so there's not a lot to talk about. I like the fact that you can customize all your students to what you want them to be, and experiment a lot. And then, but they still do that whole thing where they'll give you like hints to what character they should kind of be classed in, like as a mage or a warlock or an archer and a sniper and a I forget what they call like the heavy armor units and shit. I appreciate that. It's one of those games I can see being insanely addictive because it makes you want to do multiple runs, having characters be different classes and shit. The only problem is that they all still have their specialties, but you can still customize them the way you want to. They'll give you suggestions, but you can't ignore them. Also, tea time is cool. I think it's a cool, like, it's a good middle ground between, like, dating sim elements, but it's not, like, cringy as fuck. Although I know Imagine people are still going to say some shit. People always will say shit about the weeaboo anime lifestyle. But I think the tea time is a good compromise. So I enjoy it. I'm trying to think what else to talk about. Story, characters. It's just been a fun game. I've just enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it. So yeah, as far as Fire Emblem Three Houses goes, I've been really enjoying. I don't know where I would rank it yet. I need to get through the whole story. I feel like the story is going to be way more in this game than it did the other games in the sense of where I put it on my Fire Emblem tier list. But it has definitely been like an enjoyable as experience so far, and I hope it maintains that enjoyment. I'm glad to see the game is selling well, and no one's really talked any shit about it. So I imagine the game is going to be consistently good. I think the only thing it probably struggles in is that its map design isn't insanely interesting. it'll probably suffer something that Echo suffers from. I'm just hoping that it doesn't get as bad as Echoes. Echoes was fucking garbage in terms of its map design. But Three Houses, I think, has some of the weaker map design too. I still think that like Fates has some of the better map design in Modern Fire Emblem. But obviously, you guys can let me know your thoughts and opinions in the chat. Let me know how you guys feel about things. I guess right now, I can take like questions and shit. So if you guys have questions you want to ask or things you want me to discuss, we can do that while I'm looking at various news articles and things. The only other thing to mention is that, Sony, I think the PlayStation 4 has passed 100 million units, and I think the Switch is at like 30. The Switch is at like 37, and which is crazy. That tells me it's like around 7 million lower than yeah, it's like 7 million lower than like the Xbox One. So it's getting insanely close to passing up the Xbox One before that generation is over. Although in some ways you could say it's already over. But god damn. I've debated Soul Calibur. Honestly, this has just been a rough year in terms of like games and money. Because you still have to have the money to buy all these games. And man, it's crazy. It's crazy how many titles are coming out. I know it's on sale because of Steam. Yeah, I know it's on sale. Honestly, I want to get DOA. I want to get DOA 6, but I'm waiting for like them to release like a definitive edition like they always do. Because that would be beneficial. Now, whether they're going to do it, I don't know. But I hope to God they do it like they did with DOA 5 last round and shit. The other problem is I haven't even been playing Smash as much as I need to. Primarily due to the fact that there's so many titles to put your hands on. It's insane. It's so much. So let's see what's going on in the chat real quick. Side note, yeah, I do want a Tokyo Mirage Sessions for Switch. Hell, I want them to fucking give Fatal Frame a chance again. Damn it, 5 was good. 5 was so good. I know people have their issues with it, but man, I love 5. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for DOA 6 to release like a definitive edition. Then I'll get DOA 6. Or I'll just play the free-to-play version for right now. What else is going on in the chat? I think I may have missed some questions. So that's why I'm going back and checking. Oh, yeah, that Fuko arc in Clannad was some garbage. I don't hate the arc. I hate what the arc was. Literally getting in the Clannad was one of those like, oh, by the way, this is based off a dating sim. So remember that each arc doesn't technically connect. So you're watching essentially like a string of chunks of episodes that have no rhyme or reason behind it. Which is some bullshit. That's probably the reason why I didn't buy Mario Maker. Not to say I wouldn't played it, but like I wouldn't have played it for long. Oh, yeah. I should mention that, by the way. That's the other thing. So, I will be at Pokemon World Championships 2019, which is in Washington, D.C. So, I won't be here. I think I leave that Thursday, which I believe is the 15th. So, I'll be in D.C. the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and like part of the 19th. Because the 19th is when I fly back, but I don't fly back until later that day. So I won't be here, not next week, but the week after next. I won't be here that weekend. So don't expect probably any streams. Don't expect any videos unless I pre-record something. Which reminds me, I need to make a few more skits or something. I usually don't do that whole pre-recording videos and having them release while I'm not here. But hey, wait, what's releasing on Switch? Oh yeah, I did see that. Oh yeah, Clannad, that's what you meant. Yeah, I saw that earlier. Uh, but yeah, Worlds, that's where I'll be at. So Worlds, I'll be in DC that weekend. Which that weekend's already gotten insanely busy because of everything that's going on. Actually, I won't be on the Juices Loose podcast tomorrow or that Monday I come back, like the 19th, the 18th or 19th. I think it's the 19th. So like I think I'll be on there next Monday because that's the week of. But this Monday I won't because of some work related stuff and life has just been kind of hectic. I'll be real with you guys. Like it's just been a lot of shit going on. And then I need to get my money situation right with all the car because I bought a new car back in late last year. And then I spent a bunch of money making this PC. So I'm just trying to get like my financial game together and but I also want to like start going more places, so spend a lot on the DC trip, but I think that'll be worth it. Life is one of those things that like they always say, "Oh, you better do something or it'll pass you by." But man, oh yeah, because TSS is going to Japan. TSS, well, I mean, he's been to Japan multiple times. So I'm pretty sure if he's afraid of heights, he's gotten over it, or it does not override his want to go to Japan. But I also did play Hero a lot last night with some friends, with Tyrone and KG and Nessa and TSS, and that's been great. I guess I should also mention that because I've been doing a lot of different shit. Like on top of the anime and the YouTube channel, I've also been helping, obviously doing stuff with Juices Loose and that stuff, but I've also been doing stuff with Tyrone and KG and Nessa and TSS and Richie, which a lot of you guys may not know about because uh, their channels aren't as popular, and B, because I'm only like I don't host that stuff. Like obviously the Pokemon videos, that's one thing, but we've also been on like his Emerald playthroughs on Tyrone's channel, who I think needs more subscribers because I think he wants to be like a streamer and a YouTuber, but like money is the root of all evil, folks. Money is the root of all evil. Yeah, I think I spent like $1,500 on this PC. Like if I went back and did like the calculations, I think I've spent $1,500 on this PC because the CPU was like 270. The Nvidia 260, 2060 was another 300 to 400. The case was like 100. The motherboard was like 200. The cooler was probably like $80. And then obviously I had to buy Windows. I probably would say I spent at least $1,000 on this. I don't know if it's more. I think it's somewhere between $1,000 and $1,500, but I'm not sure. So, and it's probably the reason why I've been streaming and doing these videos because obviously I would like, and then the Patreon I have, which I feel bad about the Patreon because it's another. The Patreon thing is hard because like at the end of the day, I sit here and make YouTube videos, and this isn't like my profession. So I can't. There's not a lot I can do. Yeah, I saw I talked about Persona 5 Royal earlier. I'm going to DC for Pokemon Worlds. Pokemon Worlds is the reason why I'll be in DC. That and to meet up with some friends. I'm going to try to shoot some stuff while I'm there too, but we'll see what happens. But the goal is to shoot some stuff. But I'm trying to think right now. But yeah, it's just hard. It's hard, dude. I've always said I've always been the kind of person who, if I could do like YouTube and still have like a normal job and maintain that, that would be great. But life is not that convenient, so you kind of have to experiment with what you got. And right now, I'm just trying to build up an audience. The Patreon's kind of a weird thing because I truly, actually, while I'm talking about it, let me go ahead and shout these people out. The ones who've been still supporting the Patreon, even though I haven't really posted any Patreon exclusive content because I don't know what the fuck to post. But let me shout these people out because it's crazy. It's only 2 people, I think. It's 2 people supporting me, but that's a lot. That's way more than I thought I would get. So let me pull this up real quick. I just want to shout them out. I think it's... Where are they at? Sorosan, Sad. Sad has been a bro, yo. Sad has been a bro. Sad has given me in total almost over $400 in the course of, what is that? Since the beginning of 2018, yo. He deserves a whole bunch. Him and Sorosan. Sorosan's been giving me fucking almost at this point $700. It doesn't feel like it because it's like $10 a month, but man, I 100% truly, and I mean this, and that's why I'm taking the time to do this. I truly fucking appreciate both of you. And honestly, I think I might just turn the Patreon into like a tip jar and say fuck the tiers because there's not a lot I can do for tiers that are interesting. I think it'll just boil down to like super chats and Twitch subscriptions and all that other stuff. Oh, did you just pledge, Lightning? Wow. Well, thank you, Lightning. I didn't know you did that. Wow, that's crazy. You must have just pledged because I was talking about it. But I do want to give those people a shout out. Sad has been ride or die for the longest, yo. He's been ride or die the longest. I need to go back and look at the chat real quick. But I'm just looking at the Patreon account. But yo, I truly appreciate it. I truly do. Because it may not be much, but it's way more than other people do. So that's crazy. That is 100% crazy. And everybody who support it, it means a lot, and I truly appreciate it. I just wish I could do more to like justify it, I guess. Let me go back and look at the chat real quick. Where is it? Okay, all right. Sorry. I missed like a bunch of shit. I know people have been going to the Radeon graphics cards. I'm gonna try to. Pokemon Worlds is like the Pokemon Championship. Also, thank you, Lightning. And Lightning, don't worry about it's been a while since I donated because you don't have to donate in general. So the fact that you chose to donate is already a big deal in general. Like, that means a lot just because of the support. Because none of this shit is required. You don't owe me a goddamn thing. At the end of the day, I'm posting this shit on a channel. You don't owe me nothing. But the fact that you choose to do it anyway, that just means... that means a lot to me. So I appreciate just the support in general. But I don't want to make this all about that. But let me see what else. What else can I talk? Yeah. So, besides all of that, because like I said, I don't want to focus all on that. I want to give those people shout outs because I feel like I don't do it enough. And they deserve way more than that. So, I need to just remind myself to give those people the respect they deserve. Otherwise, hope the rest of you guys are doing well. Hope everything's doing fine on your side of the woods. Is it supposed to rain in DC? I know it's been raining in New York, but it's been raining a little bit down here in Georgia too, but nothing crazy. Yeah, I think I've heard about your guys' like power going off. Anywho, moving on. I'm trying to think. I mean, this is only the first episode, so if you guys want to send me like suggestions for video ideas or topics for this, let me know, or just shoot me those throughout the week, and I'll remember to post them in the like in my idea box for videos. Also, I want to make these like Q&As anyway, because like I said, I don't get to talk to you guys that much. And actually, since I'm doing shoutouts, for the sake of it, there's only 11 people here, so I think I can do shoutouts. Well, there was only 11 people here, but it's only giving me 3 participants, which is Antrite, Lightning, and me, which is not true. There's 12 people watching. I guess they only count participants because you guys aren't chatting. That's what it is. Damn. You can't see the list of people? See, this is why YouTube ain't shit, yo. That's crazy. Yeah, we're just trying to get... Hey, listen, it's been hot as fuck, though. It's also been hot as hell. So that's the other thing. So I think that's part of the reason why, but man, it has been pouring. Like, I woke up this morning, didn't even realize it was raining. My mom was like, oh yeah, by the way, it's raining. I'm like, when the fuck did that happen? I didn't hear anything. I'm on the 2nd floor of the house. A discussion about the best RPGs or adventure games. That's hard because I haven't played that many. Like, I think including Fire Emblem 3 Houses, this is like my 3rd, 4th, maybe 4th or 5th RPG. The Switch is just the Switch has just become kind of like a powerhouse, yo. It's crazy to me. We went from a generation where people were dog shitting this console like a motherfucker, and now we're just kind of like, oh yeah, by the way, we've been winning every month in NPD for the last 6 months, or 7 months actually. Oh yeah, the anticipated upcoming games, like all the games I care about, I'm already getting this year. So like Fire Emblem was one of those games. Fucking Astral Chain is one of those games. Pokemon is one of those games. I don't know when Shantae 5 is coming out, but that's another one of those games. I'm trying to think of some third-party titles that I'm super interested in. There aren't that many third parties because, like, this year's been kind of mellow. And E3 was a good representation of that. There ain't a lot going on. There is not a lot going on outside of the Nintendo sphere. I mean, you'll have Medieval Remake this year, and Death Stranding, Gears 5. Is that it? That might be it. That's like the main, like, yeah, I think that's it. The one thing I want to talk about, and I want to research it, is what the fuck is up with like these unofficial exclusives. I think Persona is one of the most interesting titles to me because like all the main series have to be on Sony platforms and nothing else, and I don't know what is the reason behind it. I don't know if it's a partnership or a deal or what, but I find it crazy that Persona can have these spin-offs on other consoles and shit, and Shin Megami Tensei, the main series, is on other consoles, which we still haven't heard anything about Shin Megami Tensei 5. But for some reason, Persona is a series that is stuck, and I mean 100% stuck on Sony. I don't want to go too far into it though, because it's gonna get into like my issues with the censorship and all that other stuff, and Japanese development, because a lot of people are questioning how these next few generations are gonna go, especially next generation, with the decrease in interest from the Japanese side, but the increase of interest from the American side. Sony only has like 2 main games, and everything else is like a third-party title. Like, obviously, you got your Call of Duty, NBA, your Madden. But, like, the main Sony IPs is the Medieval Remake and Death Stranding. I think that's it. I could just check, actually. Because The Last of Us don't come out till next year. I don't think Ghost of Tsushima has a release date. Sony hasn't had a terrible year, but it's definitely been more lackluster. I think Smash has become more considered as a fighting game than it used to be. It used to be considered more of a party game. I think it's kind of like, oh, Atlas and Square. What Square game is Sony exclusive? Because the Final Fantasy titles come out on Xbox. What Square title is only Sony only? I can't even think. What I can't think. Does anyone know what Square title is Sony only? That's the one I found a little interesting. Atlas makes sense. It's Persona. Why Persona's the only title though? That's the other thing. Of all the titles Atlas owns, Persona is the only one because Catherine came out on other consoles. Shin Megami Tensei is essentially fucking Nintendo exclusive now. Oh yeah, you're talking about because they didn't have any games. That doesn't surprise me. I'm just kind of more confused by like what Square title is Sony exclusive. I'm gonna look up some games real quick just to see. Also, because I do have like topics I want to talk about that sometimes the Juices Loose crew doesn't give a fuck about. Is it the Dissidia games? Oh, why did I put E3 like a dumbass? I meant to just put games. Yeah, Days Gone, Medieval. Actually, I think that's it. Concrete Genie, Dreams, The Dark Pictures. I can't read the rest of that title. Oh, Man of Medion or Medon. I think Dissidia might be it because I think that's it. And I guess maybe that Marvel game, which is more Crystal Dynamics. Yeah, the FF. Well, no, the FF7 remake I think is Sony exclusive. I thought the FF7 remake was Sony exclusive. I don't think that's on Xbox, but let me check. I might be wrong. I might be 100% wrong there. Yeah, it is. That one is Sony exclusive. That's what I thought, which is also kind of weird. I mean, that makes sense because fucking RPGs don't sell well on Xbox at all. But considering Phil's push for like Japanese titles over this last generation, I'm surprised that that's only Sony exclusive right now. Anyway, also FF7 is not FF7. The way they're remaking FF7, I'm not happy about. Oh, we're gonna split it. This is episode 1, and I'm just like, bitch, I know we're not doing that. Not for an RPG. I refuse. But it'll have the same amount of content as a full game. Then why not just remake the full game? Why do I need this beast of a? Why do I need this 7 or 8 parts of a fucking RPG? So dumb. Oh yeah, I forgot about Link's Awakening. That comes out in September. My God, there are so many titles, yo. There's so many titles. Yeah, Japanese games in general don't sell on Xbox. Or was it confirmed to be going to Xbox later on? Wouldn't surprise me, I'm just saying. I was just curious. I was a little interested. I was perturbed. Ah, Jesus. Oh my goodness. But I think honestly that's all I have for today. I think this is like a good way of starting out these kind of streams because also I have to get shit done. It's already 6 o'clock, so I think I'm gonna end it here. But thank you guys for showing up and thank you guys for the support. I appreciate it. It's been it's been very helpful. But with all that being said, I think I'm gonna end it here. Once again, thank you for the support. Thank you guys for showing up. Square's become a greedy ass company as of late. But yeah, Save your questions and more topics for next Sunday, and then be prepared to take another break because that Sunday afterwards I'll be in DC still. But yeah, with all that being said, thanks. I really appreciate the support and love, and hope you guys enjoy this, and hope you look forward to more of this, and we'll talk about more stuff later. Also, fuck Aniplex for obvious reasons. We can talk shit about Aniplex all day. Not gonna do it. Not today. Anyways, life's a game. Play to win. And we will do this again soon. So look forward next Monday for another Manic episode. Peace. Oh.